Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. Yes. So up to yesterday, we completed all demonstrations. So here in that demo session, we have completed what is UI, uh, where we use it in a real time. What all the three developments will be there in a real time. That is front-end development, server development, database development, like that. All three developments will be there in a company. And here under this UI technologies, what all topics I'm going to teach. Here HTML 4 and 5. First topic HTML 4 and 5. Second topic CSS 2 and 3. Third topic JavaScript. Here fourth one jQuery. Here jQuery. Then fifth one Ajax. Here sixth one responsive design. Then seventh one will be Bootstrap. Here eighth one will be less and SAS programming. Ninth one is project. So, and like this I'll continue my course, and in this I'm going to take next 40-45 hours of session. Here duration I mentioned here, next 40 to 45 hours of sessions. So the demonstration time I explained what is the use of each topic, what is UI, and what is the use of each topic I discussed in the demonstration time. So today we'll start the first topic of our course, that is HTML4. So first of all, we discussed yesterday HTML is a hypertext markup language. It mainly creates content of the web page. Yesterday what we discussed here, HTML is a hypertext markup language. HTML is a hypertext markup language. It is mainly used to create content of the web page. Content of web page, we can create it using HTML. So what we can do it with CSS. Here CSS is giving cascading style sheet. It is giving alignment of the web page. Here it is cascading style sheet. Here it is mainly giving alignment of the web page. Alignment of web page, we can create it using CSS. Using CSS only we can do that alignment of the web page. So alignment part we can easily do it with the CSS. Next, what we can do it with JavaScript. Here third one is JavaScript. JavaScript adds the functionality to our web page. Functionality of web page, we can create it using JavaScript. Using JavaScript we can add functionality. So functionality in the sense cookies, local storage, sessions, all we can do it with this JavaScript. Then fourth one is here jQuery. jQuery topic, it is an external library of JavaScript. External library of JavaScript, we call it as jQuery. jQuery is an external library of JavaScript. JavaScript is a functionality of web page. So same functionality will implemented with JavaScript. Here this is what external library. Okay. Next here with this jQuery we implemented cycle.js. Like that we have different jQueries. With that we implemented. One second. Here, yesterday we discussed jQuery validations, jQuery cycle.js. Like that, we discussed here all jQuery related stuff. jQuery creates jQuery is an external library. Because of this jQuery, here jQuery 3.6.0.js, current jQuery 7.0.js. Like that, we can download and use jQuery cycle.js. We can also download and use jQuery validation.js. Whatever you can do it with JavaScript, everything you can do it with jQuery. Here jQuery ripple.js. Yesterday I showed water rippling effects, how to create it with this jQuery. These all we discussed yesterday. Here up to this is the jQuery. Next one, here fifth one is here Ajax. Yesterday I explained about this. Ajax is an asynchronous JavaScript and XML. Asynchronous means without refreshing the page, how you will get response of the web page. Asynchronous JavaScript and XML, we call it as Ajax. Ajax means asynchronous JavaScript and XML. It is mainly used to write. It is mainly a asynchronous process. In this asynchronous process, we'll learn how we'll get a server response without refreshing the page. How can you get a server response without refreshing the page? That is what here Ajax. Here, once you send your request to server, server will give you response for us. So in the middle, request is reaching to server, response is coming back from the server. So in the middle, without refreshing, so without totally submitting page to server, getting the response from the server, so without total submission, we can connect to server, we'll get the response. So that is possible by Ajax. Using this Ajax, we can get, without refreshing the page, you will get server data. So without refreshing web page, we can get server response. Without refreshing the page, we can get server response. That only we call it as asynchronous process. Asynchronous process. Here asynchronous process time. Here asynchronous process time. Here in this time, when we implement our asynchronous process, here asynchronous process time, without refreshing the page, you will get server response. That is what Ajax. Here HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Ajax. Next, responsive design. Here responsive design time, how you will get responsive design. Responsive design time, you will understand how to create our application for mobile phone, tablet, desktop. In future, other devices. If in future any other devices comes, for that also, how you will make your application as responsive. To make your application as responsive application, so we are using here responsive design. Responsive design time, you will understand how to make your application portable. Means it should be flexible for mobile phone. Mobile phone generally will show you single column layout, tablet 2 column, mobile phone 3 column or 4 column layout generally will show. So desktop 2 column or 3 column or 4 column structure will show you in the desktop. So that type of output we can show to the user by responsive design. Next one, here seventh one here, Ajax, responsive design. Next one here, Bootstrap. Bootstrap here, it is a Bootstrap. Here in this time, we'll understand here, Bootstrap is a framework. It's a ready-made framework. It's a framework of HTML, CSS, JavaScript. It's a HTML, CSS, JavaScript framework. We call it as Bootstrap. Okay. Yeah. Most of them in this batch are giving or not lifting the call from organizer and giving invalid numbers. Please provide your valid phone numbers, valid email ID, then only you will get further link. Link will change. Every day link will change for this week. Next week onwards, we'll continue with the same link. For this week, link will change. So that's why whoever wants to continue the class honestly, give your valid number and lift the call from organizer. Respond, give your feedback. If you want learn this course from my side, respond to organizer, give your valid number, respond to organizer, then get the correct link. Otherwise, no further information for you. Yeah. Here, Bootstrap. So Bootstrap is a framework. Next one here, eighth one, lessons. Lessons as of now, remember it is a superset of CSS. In CSS, we can add something extra. So that is what here, variables, methods, and data types, like this, etc. We can add it in this less and Sass file. In less programming and in Sass programming, we'll implement like that. So here, so responsive design. So here we'll understand what is responsive design, what is Bootstrap, what is lessons as, like this. You will understand all here like this. Responsive design, Bootstrap, lessons as, like this. You will understand each and everything related to our topic. We understood here topic related each information. This is, and topic related each example also I showed yesterday. So now I'm starting first topic of our course. In this session, who are missed my demonstration, you can get my recordings from organizer. If you respond to her call, she will give you course content, and she'll give you my previous last two Monday, Tuesday recordings, and everyday link. This day onwards, everyday link will change. So everyday link you can get it from organizer. Further informations, everything, any related information, any class related information, you can get it if you give your valid email address, valid password. Otherwise, you cannot get any communication. Okay, so I got only 4 students' mail IDs. Now you are 8 students. I got only 4 student mail IDs, and most of them who are registered for my class are not lifting the call from organizer. So by that you cannot get any further information. So for these 4 students, I shared my drive. I shared my Gmail drive with you. 6 a.m. June drive I created, and I'm uploading everyday recording, demo recording in that drive. Okay, everyday demo recording I'm uploading in that drive. Okay, so you can get it from that drive. See, recordings, everyday recording. Up to yesterday, all are recordings. Up to yesterday, all recordings I uploaded in that drive. Okay, up to 13th. 9th, I started demos, but mainly 12th and 13th demos, you can refer it. 12th and 13th demos, same I repeated in the 8th, 7th, 8th, 9th. Okay, here, and recordings I uploaded in this recording folder. Programs I uploaded in this programs folder. HTML program, whatever I'll explain now, that I'll upload here. And here paint files, how many paint files I used to explain, all date wise I'm uploading here. And then next one, docs. Here docs, you can see here HTML4 document and course content, everything I'm uploading here. So this way I'll continue. Next, here 6 a.m. folder I uploaded here, and all files I'm uploading here. See, this drive is shared with the 4 students. They can have access of my drive. Only they can have, 4 students only have access of my drive. See, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay,
Uh,
in this session, yes.
so, Sweta ma'am, actually, my name is Shekhar. So I registered yesterday your class. So I paid payment also. My email ID not there here.
Okay. Thanks for reminding. Share your mail ID here. By that, I'll cross check with the organizer and I'll share the drive.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
Yes.
SHEK, Shekhar.
You can type it and you can send me. I can copy and I can place here.
Okay, sure, sure.
Yeah. Here, everyday files you will get it for only these students. If I register your name, you can start getting my files as well as, and I'll share my mail ID with you. I'll share my mail ID. My mail ID means it will be with the Durgasoft name only. So you can contact me for your doubts clarification. Here every day 9 p.m. student, 10 p.m. student, every day you will get my information, my class link. Every 15 days class link will change. Only for this week, every day link will change. From the next week onwards, every 15 days link will change. So every 15 days link you will get it from this mail ID. So this is my mail ID. You will get mails from here, and if you have any doubt while practicing, you can contact me in this mail. In installation, configuration, or any program execution errors, anything you can mail here. By that I can yeah, by that I can respond to you, and I can be in touch with you when I also have registered. Okay, two students are registered. Okay, yeah. So if you have any doubt, anything, you can mail there. As well as one more thing, if you have any issue while executing the program, these are those programs you can mail here. I'll share my free time to you in the mail. So by that, wherever you stuck in your program execution, I can give you support with any desk. I can take your any desk and I can handle your system. I can resolve your errors. Like that, I'll continue my class. Okay. So I'll contact in the any desk. First of all, I'll contact in the mail. So from there, I'll contact in the drive. So from the drive, from the mail, I'll message to you. This is my free time. You can contact me in any desk. So at that time, if you be online, then I can you can share me that your any desk number. From remote, I can check your system and I can resolve your errors. That way, I'll continue. That way, I'll give you support to you. Okay. Here, here we are in UI. Under this UI, I'm going to teach these all list of topics what I mentioned. All list of topics here I'm going to cover each topic related brief information, and each topic related one example I explained yesterday. Up to yesterday we discussed demonstrations. Now I'm going on first topic of our course, that is HTML4. HTML4. HTML is a hypertext markup language. Here HTML is a hypertext markup language. Text markup language. Here it is markup means it is tag based programming. Markup means it is a tag based programming. Here what is a tag here? Tag is here instruction to browser. Instruction to the browser. We can give instruction to the browser in the form of tags. These tags are divided into two types. Here one is paid tag, second one is unpaid tag. Two types of tags we have. One is paid tag, another one is unpaid tag. So paid tag, we can write the tag name and we'll close the tag name like this, then that is paid tag. Here we can write unpaid tag name will write, and here itself will close it. This is unpaid tag. In HTML, we can write two types of tags. One is paid, another one is unpaid. Like this. Okay, here we are writing here paid tags and unpaid tags. Next, Here under this pair and unpair, we have one special tag. Here other than pair and unpair, here pair and unpair, we can see here exclamation doc type HTML. Doc type HTML, HTML start, HTML close, we can write like this. Okay, closing tag. Here doc type, here it is a special tag. It represents document type of HTML. Doc type means here document type of HTML. Doc type HTML, here itself we can write it here head tag as well as body tag. Head and body. Here under this head we can write it here script tag. Here under this head only we can write it generally script tag for writing JavaScript code. Style tag we use it here for writing CSS code. Okay, like this we can write our HTML code. Here doc type HTML head and body. So here HTML tag, head tag, script tag, style tag, body tag, other than doc type, remaining all tags are pair tags. Okay, here only doc type, it is a special tag. It is here doc type, document type of HTML. Here you can save this file with the extension of one.html. You can save this file with the extension of one.html. This one.html file, you can save it. Here, this is our one.html. This one.html, you can save it and you can run it with our browser. Here, normally you can write your program in Notepad. You can execute it with a live server. Normally, you can here normally you can run your program. You can write your program in the Notepad. Here we can run our program with a browser. So browser and Notepad you can use it. But we are using with the IDEs. Present development, Java, .NET, PHP, every programming we are using with IDE. IDE means here integrated development environment. Here it is integrated development environment. Integrated development environment is IDE. Here these IDEs are here. One is VS Code, Visual Studio Code. Second one here Autumn. Third brackets or NetBeans or Eclipse. Like this, etc., etc. So many IDEs. Sublime Text, Dreamweaver. Like that, we have so many IDEs. Any IDE you can use it. Java IDE, .NET IDE, PHP IDE, any IDE you can use it for developing our application. Present market for the front-end development sake, we are widely using Visual Studio Code, VS Code. VS Code we are widely using to develop our application. Okay, here you can install Visual Studio Code. Go to the Google. Here Google, search for VS Code, then you can find that VS Code.exe file. Just if you click on here, click on install button. So once you click on install button of VS Code, then automatically it will be installed. Once it is installed, so double click on it, so it will be installed. Computer start button, when you search for VS Code, it will be opened. After opening it, we are going into file, open folder option. Here file, open folder option. Under this open folder option, here file, open folder option. Under this open folder option, you can select your own folder. So whatever folder we have, Here select your own folder. So here after opening the folder, create one subfolder. Here we have created one subfolder here. After creating the subfolder, here for HTML4. Here next create one file. So here what file I can create? Any file, 1.html, 10.html, any file you can create. So by that Visual Studio Code will be installed in your system, and it is here created with 1.html. We can execute our program. So this way we can run it. Here this is the way generally we can create our VS Code and we can run our program. Here to run our program, what we have to do, that I'll explain later. First we'll go for the installation procedure. Here installation time, here go to the Google, here search for VS Code. Here you will redirect to VS Code that file. Here just you can click on download option. So after downloading you can find it here, VS Code.exe file. Okay, here VS Code.exe file is downloaded. After downloading, here after downloading it, you can here after downloading it, here this is Visual Studio Code.exe file. That exe file, here this VS Code.exe file, we can download it. After downloading it, we can run, just double click on it, it will be installed in your system. After couple of clicks, it will be installed in our system. Okay, just after couple of clicks, it will be installed in our system. So after installation, so it is installed in our system. After installation, what we do here, here we have installed our VS Code in our system. After installation, generally what we do here, we we have installed Visual Studio Code. After installation, then go to the computer start button, search for VS Code. Here once you start VS Code, that VS Code you can open it in our file, so in our system. So VS Code is opened. After opening the Visual Studio Code, go to the file. Here this is one VS Code. Open here file, open folder option will be there. Open folder. Here after clicking on this open folder, just you can select your own folder here. Here you can select your own folder. Whatever folder you want it, you can select it. So here you can create your own folder. For our application June batch sake, I created one folder. Here June 2023, select that folder. One empty folder I created that. Okay, so after selecting that folder, so go to the folder option. See, I'll remove this. Here create one subfolder here. Here create one subfolder here. There is one option called here create file, create folder. So I'm creating folder here, that is HTML4. After creating the folder, I'm selecting here, this is 1.html. Here we created 1.html file like this. Here this is our 1.html. Now doc type, here itself HTML. Here we have head. Here next body tag. Okay, head and body. Under this head we can write it here script tag and then style tag. Script is used to write JavaScript code. Here style is used to write CSS code. Okay, here inside the body what we are going to learn, that is totally HTML. Suppose I'm writing without anything, just I'll write welcome to HTML. Welcome to HTML I'm writing here. So when you run this program, right click, open with live server option will be there. Okay, so for this, go to the extension. Here, go to the extension. There is an option called extension. Then here, search for live server. See, when you search for live server here, once you click on that live server here, see, you can find the installation button of live server install. Here, once it is installed, that live server, once it is installed, after installation of live server, here we have installed our live server here. Just you can click install button. So here you can find install button. After that only uninstall and setting button you can see. Here go to the file. Here in this file, right click. Here you can find it open with live server option. Open with live server option will be there after installation of live server. When you click on this live server, so main importance of that live server, normally you can run it with browser, but why we are using open with live server? Whatever changes you will do here, this will automatically affect in the live server execution. So this is what, here this is one URL. See, welcome to HTML. This way we can run our program with live server. Normally, if you want to run your program, go to your folder. See 6 a.m. June folder, subfolder HTML4, 1.html. Just double click. See two executions. This is with live server. This is with normally with browser. See, just we opened our file with browser, so output will come like this. Same type of output, both the ways you will get same output, but difference you can find it here. Whatever changes you are doing in this program, see, I'll write here dot dot dot, save it. So now you can see that here all dots. Okay, so here dot dot dot, when I save it here, see here. Here if I refresh it, then only modifications will come. But here no need to refresh it. Here we have to refresh. That is the difference between normal execution and live server execution. So that way we can execute all our programs. Okay, so just I explained today how to install it and how to run our program. So here in VS Code we have one extensions. Under this extensions you can find it here live server option. Live server option. Under this live server, once you click on install button, here install button, it will be installed in your system. After installation, go to our 1.html program. Here 1.html program. Under this 1.html program, if you right click on it, here right click, then you can find it here open with live server option. Here open with live server option. After that it will directly open it in live server with a browser. So what is your default browser? In that browser only it will open your output like this. Okay, here it will open that output of our program. Live server execution will be like this. Normally if you open your 1.html program, directly open with browser. Here open in browser. If you normally open in browser, you can see that execution URL will be like this. It is not URL, just we opened our file with a browser. Here we opened our file with a browser. So this way you can get my output for my program. Okay, this way you will get that output. So this is totally about the today's execution. Today we discussed here what is the use of each topic. Each topic brief information I explained. Yesterday and day before yesterday we discussed completely demonstrations. Each topic related explanation. First of all, what is UI? What all the main importance of real-time development will be there. Front-end database server side like that. Pump and each topic related in brief information and one example we discussed up to yesterday. Today, one more time, I recap the session of brief information of each topic. Next, I started first topic of our course, that is HTML4. First topic, HTML4. HTML is a hypertext markup language. It is mainly used to write content of the web page. Here, this content generally we can create it with our HTML. HTML creates content of the web page. Here in this time, content part of the web page we are creating with our HTML. In this HTML time, you will understand how to create our output for our application by using this HTML. How we can execute our program. First of all, what is HTML, what all pair and unpair. Tomorrow we'll completely sit on pair and unpair tag, what all examples and each related tag, one tag will continue from tomorrow onwards. Tomorrow onwards, next 1 week we will be in the HTML4. After that we'll change to CSS2. CSS2 next 5 days, HTML4 7 days, JavaScript almost 20 hours. 20 hours we will be in the JavaScript. After that, jQuery, Ajax, Bootstrap, lesson size, all are each topic 1 or 2 days or 3 days. Like that, we'll continue our course. Okay. Up to now, live server, how to install it, and VS Code installation and running of our first program with live server, without live server. Any doubt up to now? I have only these list of mail IDs. So from that list on for them only I'm sharing my drive. Who are missing in this list? So complete your registration with organizer and come for you come for the drive access. Yes, any doubts?
Ma'am, am I allowed to speak?
Yes.
Thank you. Ma'am, I was just understanding, I was trying to understand if you would touch upon Bootstrap also or any of these front-end frameworks, because mostly when we use React or let's assume that we use React, we will be using a front-end technology like Bootstrap. So
How?
I was just trying to understand if there's a possibility of, because how do we actually inculcate what we have in HTML from this course into that one? Because
Here,
nowadays I mean, if you look at it, no one uses pure HTML, right? Mostly it's on the Bootstrap framework itself.
okay. Bootstrap actually it's a framework. HTML, CSS, JavaScript framework. When you learn that, we can easily develop. Within our few hours, we can complete the project designing. That is the advantage of Bootstrap. And if you want to be a present front-end developer, present
Mhm.
market is looking Angular or React framework developer. So after completion of this course, or once I start JavaScript, that day onwards, you can parallelly start any Angular or React classes. So then you can be a front-end developer.
Yeah, I mean, but in the front-end development, we also use Bootstrap, mostly.
Yes, yes, yes.
Uh, will you actually give us some kind of introduction on the Bootstrap thing, or it's for us to learn it on ourselves?
If you learn it, it will be helpful. Fast development we can do. Without Bootstrap, you can write code. With Bootstrap, you can write code. That is depends on the client.
Yeah, that's it. But I mean, the way I see it is mostly all the web development is nowadays done on either Angular, Materialize or on Bootstrap, right? Especially on the front end side.
Angular, React, and Bootstrap.
Yeah, I mean, there's another one front end framework, especially HTML framework called Material, right? That also people use.
Other
So okay,
framework?
I'm sorry, ma'am.
Other framework? Are you asking me?
No, no, there's another front end framework called Materialize, right? I think it's from not from Google, maybe from yeah, it's from Google, right?
Okay.
So, okay. And JavaScript you'll be going through for 20 hours, is it?
Yes.
Okay.
20 hours will sit for JavaScript. JavaScript is main important topic here. Mainly when you go for interview, they'll ask you most of the questions related to JavaScript only.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. That's it for today. We'll meet tomorrow. If you have any queries, you can ask me tomorrow also. Tomorrow we'll continue on the new link. So complete your registration. Today I got only 4 mail IDs. 2 more ladies just now they gave. They have completed registration. So well, tomorrow I'm expecting all 10 students should complete that registration. I have to be with 10 mail IDs. Then only I can share my this 6 a.m. drive with you. So by that you can start attending, means start learning the syllabus along with my classes. That's it for today. And every Saturday generally I'll take project session. Okay. Yeah, that's it for today. Thank you. We'll meet tomorrow. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.